Imagine a cake that's as vibrant as a rainbow and as delicious as a dream. Picture soft, fluffy layers, each one a different color, stacked to form a spectacular rainbow. Imagine the sweet, creamy frosting that acts as the glue, holding these colorful layers together. And with each bite, imagine an explosion of flavors hitting your palate, a delightful dance of sweetness and texture. This is no ordinary cake, it's a feast for the eyes and the palate. Now stop imagining, because today you're going to learn how to make this delightful dessert. To craft this colorful creation, you'll need a few special ingredients. Let's start with the basics. For the cake itself, we're going to need some all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, and a few large eggs. Of course, we can't forget unsalted butter to give our cake that rich, moist texture. Add in some whole milk, a bit of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. And you've got the backbone of our cake. Now let's bring in the star of the show, food coloring. We'll need a rainbow of colors to really make this cake pop. Don't be shy with your color choices, the brighter the better. And let's not forget about our frosting. We'll whisk together some cream cheese and butter, then slowly incorporate powdered sugar for sweetness. A dash of vanilla extract will give our frosting a lovely hint of flavor that perfectly complements our vibrant cake. Now that we have our ingredients ready, it's time to start baking this magical cake. The process begins with preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and preparing your cake pans. Grease them well and line them with parchment paper. This will prevent your cake from sticking and make it easier to remove after baking. Now let's get our hands dirty with the cake batter. Start with the dry ingredients. In a large bowl, whisk together your flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt until they're well combined. This dry mixture will serve as the base for our cake. Next, in a separate bowl, combine the wet ingredients, the milk, vegetable oil, eggs, and vanilla extract. Mix them well before gradually adding them to your dry ingredients. Stir them together until you have a smooth, lump-free batter. Now comes the fun part, making the rainbow. Divide the batter equally into 6 different bowls. Add a different food color to each: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Stir each bowl until the colors are vibrant and evenly distributed through the batter. Once your rainbow of batter is ready, pour each colored batter into a separate cake pan. Smooth the tops with a spatula, then pop them into your preheated oven. Bake for about 15 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. While the cakes are baking, let's whip up some frosting. Start by beating butter until it's creamy. Gradually add powdered sugar, a little milk, and a dash of vanilla extract. Beat until the frosting is light and fluffy. Keep an eye on your cakes though. Once they're done, remove them from the oven and let them cool in the pans for about 10 minutes. Then transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. Once you've baked all your colorful layers and your frosting is ready, it's time for the most satisfying part, assembling the cake. Now comes the fun part, assembling our colorful layers to create our rainbow cake. Imagine your cake stand as a blank canvas, ready to be transformed into a vibrant masterpiece. We'll start by positioning the first layer. This is the foundation of our confectionery skyscraper. Next, we spread a generous layer of frosting, creating a creamy cushion for the next layer to rest upon. With each layer, we're not just stacking cake, we're building a rainbow, one color at a time. From the deep red to the soothing purple, each layer adds a new hue to our edible spectrum. We repeat the process, spreading frosting, adding the layer until our rainbow is complete. Now we cover the entire cake with frosting like a snowy blanket on a multicolored mountain. This is the final touch, the icing on the cake, if you will. And there you have it, your very own homemade rainbow cake, a feast for both the eyes and the palate. Before we say goodbye, let's quickly recap the recipe. We started by gathering our ingredients, then moved on to baking the vibrant rainbow cake layers. While they cooled, we whipped up our fluffy frosting. The final step was the creative process of assembling our cake, layer by colorful layer, with a generous spread of frosting between each. Remember, baking is all about having fun, so don't worry if your first rainbow cake isn't perfect. With a bit of practice, you'll be making breathtaking and delicious rainbow cakes in no time.